my parents knew that I was a Yorkshire man through and through because one of my middle name is Mugabe. But unfortunately, the people of Yorkshire always read it backwards instead of reading the way it should be read, and they always called me Ibaigum. Well, I was born in the middle of the night. Wasn't expected to survive. So the doctor who brought me to the world, I was only 4 pounds in weight, said he's going to be baptized because he won't make it. So I was baptized Sentamu. That's why people are surprised when I call myself Sentamu, because that was my baptismal name as well as my surname at the same time. And really for the following 5 years, I was in and out of hospital. I'm the sixth of 13 children, and I'm very grateful for my mom particularly, who looked after me, my older siblings, and I survived, and I'm still here. But for me, at the age of 10, that's when I actually encountered Jesus Christ, and that encounter was life-transforming, because the doctor said when he reaches 10, the likelihood is that all his other organs would have developed equally, and therefore be able to live. And I look back on that 10th birthday as a great, really milestone. So it was a home full of fun, and always we over-catered because your uncles, your aunties, the neighbors would all turn up. Even a reverend used to find the right time to come to our home when there would be chicken on the menu. And as a little one, he used to say, "Why does he time it so perfectly?" Studied law, enjoyed the profession, the practice, the defending cases, and then at the height of Idi Amin, a lot of magistrates, judges had all been kicked out of Uganda. And I was busy enjoying my barrister's work, and then I was told, well, you've been appointed as a junior judge to go and work in the north. So that's how things turned out. And I came to England in 1974, escaping Amin's difficulty. My being ordained is not because I felt a great pull towards ordination. I had already been licensed as a lay preacher in Uganda, and I was doing theology, so that when I go back, I can continue in my law practice as well as being a lay preacher. But I'm afraid one thing I've discovered, God has a marvelous way of always intruding into our business and stopping us in our tracks when you just thought, oh, I'm going to be sailing, bang! And around Christmas, of course, that's a very typical example of actually God intervening and disrupting people's lives without, the poor shepherds, they were on the hills, minding their own business and looking after their sheep. Bang, the angels come, they sing, they tell, you got to go down. It's just, and suddenly their world is changed. Being here has been one of the most life-giving, energy-giving place. The place is very beautiful. The people are amazing, actually. And the welcome and the hospitality and the way they've opened their homes, especially when I walked around the diocese for 6 months, day in, day out, staying in the homes of widows and widowers, and walked and covered this 1,859 miles in the period of 6 months. What actually I discovered was tremendous love coming towards me, and I'm still, overwhelmed by the sheer welcome. So anybody who wants to speak ill of Yorkshire, they've got to defend themselves against me. If you ask me, what is Yorkshire? I think it's the people. Really, they talk straight. And there is this joke, which I don't actually think is true, that you can speak to a Yorkshireman, but you can't tell them anything. I think that ain't true, nor do I believe what they say, that a Yorkshireman is a Scotsman out of whom the spirit of generosity has been surgically removed. I don't think that's true either. Actually, the people of Yorkshire really do love Yorkshire, and they care a lot about Yorkshire. And then the landscape is just so varied, but so beautiful. I get a sunset here that I've not seen anywhere. So when I go, that's one of the things I'm going to miss. The sunset in Yorkshire, if you got eyes to see, is just extraordinary. Favorite place? If I say I've got one, then others will grumble. So what is my favorite place? Yorkshire? Yorkshire. Many peoples, many counties, many councils, many boroughs, many towns, but one Yorkshire. What has been the greatest achievement? I set up a Young Leaders Award called the Archbishop of York Youth Trust. Has now in the north, started in the north, where young people from Key Stage 2 right through the educational system, they learn about leadership, and they also learn on how they can go in the community and help people in the community, and they write up their program, and then they get their award for what they've actually achieved. And what has happened to young people becoming leaders is just exceptional. And I think now reached 800 schools. It was actually launched by Archbishop Desmond Tutu some 10 years ago. The other thing is supporting York Minster to get the East Window restored. And anybody who hasn't seen that East Window, which tells the whole story of the book of Revelation, really should find time to go and see. It's been beautifully restored. And I actually, in the end, what has been the greatest achievement? It is what the people of Yorkshire have made me. Really. They've shaped my life. I thought I was compassionate. I thought I was kind. I thought I was loving. But a lot of love has come in my direction that personally, I think the greatest achievement is what Yorkshire has done to me, really, in the end.